have somewhere copy you can read this one. They're going to go together. It's not yet. Okay, so 37 practice Bodhisattva. The verses 26. 37 practice Bodhisattva. First part is beginning practitioners. Cultivate precious human body. So we meditate precious human body, and then that helps go into practice more effort, enthusiasm, because precious human body is hard to get, so easy to lose. That's why it's very important have to recognize. Long as you recognize we have a precious human body, also free from suffering too, free from many temporary sufferings. So usually we don't recognize we have precious human body, don't recognize how hard to get, and then don't use correctly. That's why the first part is all about precious human body meditation. Then we share already a permanent meditation. So also I share already cause and effect. Then some sections is control the emotions, reduce the emotion practice. So when you have anger, use this some part of this verses, reduce the anger. Some verses, this teaching helps you reduce attachment. Some verses help you reduce ego. So all these 37 practice different verses helping us reduce our emotions. So antidote to emotion, create enlightening qualities. Today is right now we are in the verses 26, verses 26. So verses 25, 26, then starting, verses 25 starting, this teaching is called the 6 paramita, 6 perfections. Yesterday I shared with you verses 25 a little bit, so I'm going to go verses 25 a little bit again. And verses 25 is talk about generosity. So here coming six perfection, all the Buddha's teaching subsumed into these six categories, six paramita. So this six paramita is an antidote to our six different kind of afflictive emotions. Actually, one individual we have 84,000 afflictive emotions, but these all afflictive emotions subsumed to six categories: emotion, ignorance, anger, attachment, and desire, strong attachment, desire, then jealousy and the pride. So that six is called six afflictive emotions. Long as we have that six afflictive emotions, we have samsara. What means samsara is cyclic existence. So we take rebirth again and again. Why we take rebirth again in samsara? Why we have reincarnation? Because we have afflictive emotions. That's why we reborn again and again samsara. So you are free from afflictive emotions. You are free from samsara. That's why here six paramita. This teaching is antidote to six afflictive emotions. You practice this six paramita, we are free from samsara. So you can liberate. And that's why this six paramita, all the teachings is subsumed into these six paramita, the categories, teaching all the teachings. The first one is here is when those who want to enlightenment must give even their body, there's no need to mention external things. So who wanted to enlightenment, then they can also give generosity, their own body for give generosity for others. Then no mention about external object. So our good conduct, the good conditions, good quality conditions, samsara, where they are come from, because due to generosity. We did generosity previous life. That's why we reborn human beings. We are not much free from poverty. So we have food, we have drink, we have clothes. That is due to our previous life generosity. That's why we have these good conditions. If we don't do generosity previous lifetimes, then could be reborn to hungry ghost. It's more suffering. Even reborn to human beings is so much poverty and hunger and thirsty. Due to that, no opportunity to practice meditate dharma. So then if you do generosity more strong, without hopes for return or any fruition, giving generosity that take to enlightenment, Buddhahood. But we know we have a self-grasping. Due to that, our generosity is only good positive generosity. We cannot do like highest level generosity without hope for return or any fruition. That kind of level generosity is only high level meditations can do. But for beginner, always have hope something. We do some good things, we hope something. Hope is like you do generosity. I want to free from maybe lower realms. I want to, create accumulation merit. I wanted to create this good karma. So that kind of always hopes. It's positive hopes, good hopes. They all has a good result. But without hope, giving generosity is highest level that take you to enlightenment. That's why there's this generosity. Generosity has many different levels. That's all we have opportunity to do. And so generosity benefits is we live free from hungry ghost. So now we are human beings. Samsara has 6 realms. Now we are human beings. They have animal realms, hungry ghost realms. Hungry ghost is extremely hunger and thirsty. because due to karma, they reborn the ram. Why they reborn the ram? Because due to stingy, it's very strong and desire. That perception, future life, reborn to hungry ghost. If you do generosity something, then remove the hungry ghost ram. So that kind of benefit, generosity in future lives, benefits. And then your generosity also create accumulation merit, your future life get good conditions. To also good condition, you can practice more dharma and meditate, you can create enlightening qualities. So that's why its generosity part is very important section. Also, depending our individual level generosity, the highest practitioners they can giving their own body for others because they don't have fears and suffering. There has good realize is for absolute true realizes can giving body for others and no suffering for no fears. But as long as we have a self-grasping, giving body is for others is suffering. So that's why beginners cannot give body for others, but we can give something, and benefit others. We also have, we can do something. So then that kind of object we can giving to others is the generosity is great merit, great causes good karma. So that's part of generosity. And then we go to the 26, verses 26. Verses 26 is ethical discipline. Without ethics, you can't accomplish your own well-being. So wanting to accomplish others is likable. Therefore, without worldly aspirations, safeguard your ethics discipline. This is the practice of Bodhisattvas. Without ethics, you can't accomplish your own well-being. So wanting to accomplish other is likable. This morality, ethic is no harming for other beings. So as long as you harming for other sentient beings, then the person didn't have good ethics. That person they don't have morality. So you harming for others, then you're going to say, I'm going to benefit others. That is it's just liable, means not possible. So we have to stop first, harming for others. Then you can say, I'm going to benefit for others. I'm going to happen for others. So it takes means first we have to stop harming for others through our three doors. Three doors is body, speech, mind. So body, killing, and stealing, lying, that kind of, from others we do, harming for others, then that is three no, which is from body. So we have to stop that, and especially the killing other beings, harming for other beings. Then also speech, saying lies and harsh words and diversion speeches. So harming for others, just using the words, that kind of words is called the speech create, no virtuous deeds, speech, no virtuous deeds. And then mind is bad intention. So wanted to harm for others. The mind is no pure intention, in negative intention. So then that create negative deeds. So that cause is go to lower realms. Result is go to lower realms. Create negative karma. Result is go to lower realms. And that's why we have to cultivate virtuous deeds. Virtuous deeds is body, no killing other things, no stealing other things, no lying, no then harming for others, just good intention. So that's all is good virtuous deeds. And abandon the 10 no, usually they talk about the 10 non-virtuous deeds, 10 virtuous deeds. So we abandon the 10 non-virtuous deeds and cultivate the 10 virtuous deeds. So then that person has morality, good conduct. So then that person can benefit for others, can help for others. So long as you know harming for others, you stop the harming for others, cultivate virtuous deeds, then you can benefit others. So if we don't stop negativity harming for others, not possible to benefit others. Long as you have good ethics, morality, then you're not going to reborn to lower realms. Why we take birth as lower realms? Because harming for others created this 10 non-virtuous deeds. That's the result of lower realms. And the 10 virtuous deeds are going to take to rebirth higher realms. So that's the verses 26. Then verses 27. To the Bodhisattvas who want a worth of virtue, those who harm are like a precious treasure. Therefore, towards all cultivate patience without hostility. This is the practice of Bodhisattvas. The verses 27 and 6 paramita, third one. So 6 paramita, third one is practice patience. Patience is number 3. So Bodhisattvas has patience. Our ordinary beings no patience because we have emotions. So Bodhisattvas who wants a word of virtue, those one are like a precious treasure. The someone coming to Bodhisattvas, then Bodhisattvas recognize seeing enemy is treasure. So enemies helping them practice patience. So without enemies, someone not harming for us, we cannot practice patience. If you really truly want your participation, then we need enemies. So enemies harm for us, participation, so your conduct or the quality, participation, the quality is growing. And enemies really help us participation, cultivate patience. So without enemies, we cannot practice patience. Then without participation, not possible to enlightenment. So that's why Bodhisattvas, enemy is treasure for them. They give the enlightenment. The enemies is causes of enlightenment. Because enemies come to Bodhisattvas, their participation, due to that, they are free from samsara. So that's why enemy is treasure for the Bodhisattvas. But for our beginners, enemy is enemy. So not to pleasure or good for us. But when someone going to harm to you, so you cultivate these verses, think about these verses, really help your mind. Someone harm to you, you can control your mind when you cultivate these verses and recognize, oh, these enemies, helping my mind. I can use this, my enemies harming me, and this negativity I use for the practice patient. Then you taking that negative suffering is transformed to path. Enemy actually liberating you. So if you want to liberate, we need enemies. Enemies help us liberate. The loved ones never going to take you to liberation. Loved ones always take you to samsara. Enemies is treasure because they take us to liberation. So you look to all these Buddhist enlightening special masters, where how the stories why they are become enlightened. There always someone humming them behind them, then use that and their participation and enlightenment. So you know mostly I think Buddha's history. When Buddha is Siddhartha, he also has enemy in his home. His half of brother is called Sledging and what is it, David Dada or something. David Dada, I think David Dada. So he always jealous to Siddhartha and he competition and he tried to all the time humming whatever he came to Siddhartha. So due to that, then Siddhartha see samsara is not anything great there because he really helped him recognize samsara. And then Siddhartha wanted to give up his kingdom. His father and his mother and his family didn't give him to the opportunity to give up his own kingdom, but his half brother David Dada and his mother and David Dada's father, so they create all the negative suffering for Siddhartha. So there Siddhartha really recognized samsara is a suffering. So then he give up the kingdom. And also we have a lot of stories in Tibet. A very famous teacher is called Milarepa. I don't know you know maybe. Milarepa is the top of the yogi in Tibet. And why he's become yogi, why he's become practitioner, why he's enlightened? Because due to enemy. His uncle and auntie treated his mother and him as servant and take everything from them and so give so much suffering for him. So due to that, he practiced Dharma and become enlightened. It's long stories, so that stories. That way is many Bodhisattvas and the spiritual highest realizer. You have always someone create causes of suffering. Then they use that, and then they become, practice Dharma and enlightenment. So that's why this treasure enemy is the same as treasure for the practitioners. Therefore, towards all cultivate patience without hostility. This is the practice of Bodhisattvas. So verses 28. Seeing even hearers and solitary realizers who accomplish only their own good, strive to put out a fire on the head for the sake of all beings. Make enthusiastic effort, the source of all good qualities. This is the practice of Bodhisattva. So verses 28 is practice effort, joyful effort. Joyful effort, practice patience is very similar. So seeing even hearers and solitary realizers is we in the Buddhist we have three yanas. So the Theravada tradition, Mahayana tradition, Vajrayana tradition, three different yanas there in the Buddhist teaching. So Theravada tradition has hearers and solitary realizers. So that means there is a wanting the liberation, not thinking about benefit others, just main focus there, wanted to liberate. They see the samsara is a suffering, and they really wanted to liberate. They don't want to stop in samsara. They're seeing samsara is so miserable. They're so scared samsara. They wanted to liberate. due to that, they put effort. They put effort is like night and day, practice and meditate. Then they reach to highest level is a hearer and the soul that realize. That means they realize the selflessness of person. They don't have selfish become. And due to that, they don't have emotions. Then no emotions, they're not going to take birth again in samsara. So that is called soul hearers and the soul that realizes. They don't think about I'm going to benefit others. They're only just seeking liberation themselves. That's why they're called self-liberation, means they're thinking about own benefit liberation. So they are liberated, but they don't cultivate love and compassion for others that much. So in these practices, not for the hearer and the soul that realize this practice. These practices are called Bodhisattva's practice. Bodhisattvas, they don't thinking about their own benefit. They don't want to liberate themselves. Their goal is wanted to benefit for others. So long as you practice this Bodhisattva, then you cannot think about our own benefits, our self-liberation. Must be wanted to help all beings. We have to generate love and compassion for others. So then Bodhisattvas using that practice love and compassion for others, wanted to benefit all sentient beings. So comparing to this solitary realizer, they're thinking about their own benefit, but they put so much effort. So we are then Bodhisattva, we have to put more effort than comparing to this solitary realizer and hearers. So the here is point is they're seeking only their own liberation, but they put so much effort. We're thinking about the benefit for all other beings. We have to put more effort, joyful effort than this hearer and the solitary realizers. So here, not talking about the solitary realizer, hearers is lower, but they put so much effort. We have to put more better than that because they're seeking their own liberation. We're thinking about the benefit for all mother sentient beings. It's a different goal. So only someone wanted to help only themselves, then they just work very hard. Whatever they do, they only wanted to benefit their own. Someone worked very hard. They wanted to benefit not only them, and they're not thinking about own family. They're thinking about not only the country. They wanted to benefit the whole world. So then that person had to put more effort. So that's this example. This verses 28 is joyful effort. Joyful effort means when you practice spiritual, we need joy and effort, happy to do. Not just like, no wanting what I have to do, and then that's not joyful effort. So if you have to joyful effort to samsara, then this is not called joyful effort in this one. This is like for joyful effort means for spiritual, something you're doing for enlightenment, benefit for something for future life, benefit for something for other beings. So that's practice for Dharma. So we must have to have a joyful effort for the spiritual Dharma practice. Not joyful effort like the good ocean here, all the time jumping in the ocean, you have good effort. So that is good, but not count the joyful effort in this one. So other, worldly people, everyone has effort to, worldly activity. But we don't have effort for spiritual practice. So most people is a spiritual practice effort is zero. Then some people has maybe 10%. Then as long as you have a 10% spiritual practice, then that is a really good, yeah. We don't have like most of the people 10%, not possible practice for spiritual Dharma. So we just look to ourselves, we know ourselves. Then we know how much we have effort for spiritual practice. We have effort for worldly activity, but we don't have effort for practice Dharma. This one is talking about the joyful effort, it means spiritual practice. Then also must joy, you want to do, happy to do, enthusiasm. So practice Dharma. Then for the sake of beings, make enthusiastic effort. The source of all good qualities, this is the practice of Bodhisattvas. We put effort, then that's source of benefit for others. Verses 29. Understanding that disturbing emotions are destroyed by special insight with Komo Ebading. Cultivate concentration with surpass the formless absorption. This is the practice of Bodhisattvas. Understanding that disturbing emotions are destroyed by special insight with the Komo Ebading. So we have this disturbing emotions. So that's why we have to, here is this, the verses 29 is meditation. That's why we have to meditate, because we have emotion, we have a thought. That's the reason we have to meditate, cultivate the shamatha and the vipassana. So meditation helps become release thoughts. As long as release thoughts, then release emotion. No emotion, your mind is peace and relax, calm and joy. So every sentient beings want happiness. No one wants suffering. Happiness is joy, peaceful. So where is that happy, joy, peaceful is come from? Through the meditation. As long as you meditate shamatha, then your minds become calm and relaxed, peace. So then less thoughts, less emotions. So then less emotion, less thoughts, you are less suffering, more happy and joy. So that's why we have to meditate Komo Ebading, also special insight with Komo Ebading. There's a special insight, it's called Vipassana. Komo Ebading is Shamatha meditation. Shamatha and Vipassana meditation. We have to use this to meditate. And then how to meditate? Shamatha is usually we focus with the object, mind resting with the object, and let go all the thoughts. Then shamatha meditation also you can use focus with the breath. So you use the focus with the object, focus with the breath, your mind becomes settled down, calm down, relax, and not follow the past thoughts, not follow the future thoughts, become your mind is stable. So then long as your mind is stable, calm, then you can practice spiritual insight meditation. Spiritual insight meditation is you seeing something never see before. So means like you seeing your mind. So same is example in this water, ocean. It's sometimes like pollution. Yeah, due to the pollution. So then this ocean is no pollution. You can see the inside water is very clear and pure. So shamatha meditation helps remove the thoughts, emotions, the same is like clean up this ocean, remove the pollution. Special insight meditation, so you seeing water is very clearly inside the water what it has. So water is very clear, and you can see the fish, you can see the rocks, and you can see inside everything clearly. So your mind is very calm and the peace, no thoughts. Then you use this method, Vipassana meditation, you're looking into your mind, you see your mind clearly. So that's called special insight meditation, means you're seeing your nature, you're seeing your true nature. So this option is as long as polluted, you cannot see the insight. And not polluted, then you can see insight clearly. Long as your mind's thoughts, emotions, you cannot see your true nature. So you release thoughts, emotions, then you use this method, Vipassana, special insight meditation, you see yourself, means like true nature. Clearly, your mind seeing mind. So your mind seeing mind, that mind is Buddha's mind. Your mind seeing mind is non-dualistic mind, non-conceptual mind. The mind seeing object is called dualistic and conceptual thought. So Buddha's mind is non-conceptual and non-dualistic. Ordinary beings' mind is dualistic and conceptual thought. We always looking to the object and follow the thoughts, emotions. So that is called conceptual and dualistic thoughts. So you're seeing your own mind is no dualistic. You turn off, shut off this object, and it's mind looking to the mind. So your mind seeing mind. So your mind seeing mind is your awareness seeing your true nature. And that's called spatial insight meditation. Then, so long as you see that true nature, then disturbing emotions are destroyed by spatial insight with formal body. So then all the emotions and the thoughts you can release. Cultivate concentration which surpass the four formless absorption. Then four formless absorption is like different kind of meditations, but not looking to true nature, but just mind is resting. And without these instructions, usually in many people do the practice meditate, no instruction teaching special insight meditation. Then that meditation is just only stuck with this four formless absorption. Four formless absorptions means like you just stop all the thoughts. You just absorb like your senses. So kind of the same is that some animals, the winter time, that they're just how to say they're just sleeping. They sleep. All winter they sleep, right? Bears and many animals going to sleep in the winter. So that time then these five senses is dissolved everything. They don't have like this special insight meditation, just dissolved. So many meditators said, just like that, dissolve everything, but not seeing true nature. So that kind of meditation cannot go beyond the samsara. That's what this said, the formless absorption. This is the practice of Bodhisattva. Bodhisattvas go more beyond that. The sense of the five perfection without wisdom cannot bring perfect enlightenment. Along with the skillful means cultivate the wisdom which does not conceive the three spheres as rare. This is the practice of Bodhisattvas. This is the last one. The last one is wisdom. The verses 30 is wisdom. Since the five perfection without wisdom means like you have generosity, you have ethical discipline, you have participation, you have joyful effort, you meditate, but without this wisdom, still you cannot beyond the samsara. That's why without the wisdom cannot bring perfect enlightenment. So then what is wisdom? Wisdom is seeing true nature, recognize true nature, absolute truth. So seeing the absolute truth is called wisdom. Omniscience of wisdom. So also seeing true nature is everything's emptiness, recognize everything's emptiness, nothing is exist. So everything is interdependent, everything emptiness, then that person is called seeing, has wisdom. Then the person does every activity is become causes of enlightenment. Even the giving generosity is, all the object, subject, action, everything they're seeing is not true, exist, emptiness. Then there are no hopes, to the fruit or something that benefited to them. So all this, who has this wisdom, then all other generosity, morality, everything is taken into the wisdom. So that's why without wisdom, others cannot enlightenment. Which is skillful means cultivate the wisdom which does not conceive the three spheres to rear this the practice of Bodhisattva. Three spheres rear is subject-object actions. So long as you have a subject-object actions, then you really think that all existed. You don't have wisdom enough. So whatever we do, giving generosity, ethical discipline, participation, so they're all subject-object is recognized, truly no exist. Everything is emptiness. Then that means like generosity is wisdom. Ethical discipline is wisdom. So everything becomes wisdom. So long as you have wisdom, then whatever we do, every action is become causes of enlightenment, free from samsara. So that's the six perfection. Today I can share with you six perfection together teaching. And next I have some refuge, right? Who going to take the refuge ceremony? Do you? 1, 2. Oh, what do you? Oh, so I'm going to explain what means refuge. So, and I'm going to share with you. So this teaching is we finish there. And 37 practice we go to like finish 6 parameter. Next is called refuge ceremony. So refuge ceremony is the taking refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha. And we are samsaric beings. And we have ignorance, emotions. So even we have a Buddha nature, truly all sentient beings Buddha, but due to our emotional obstacles, we don't recognize ourselves as Buddha. So that's why we need to take refuge in someone who already enlightenment. So then that is our protection. So that helps us recognize our nature as a Buddha. Taking refuge to Buddha is like our support, helps us recognize ourselves as Buddha. Why we have to take refuge to Buddha? Because we are Buddha. That's why we have to take refuge to Buddha. If we are no Buddha, then we don't have to take refuge to Buddha. No need to take refuge to Buddha. Why we have to take refuge to Buddha? Because we are Buddha, but we don't recognize we are Buddha. That's why we have to take refuge to Buddha. Why we have to take refuge to Dharma? Because we have emotion. We are Buddha, but we don't recognize Buddha due to our emotions. emotions the same as a disease, sickness. So then we are become same as a disease, sickness, patience. We are become same as a patience. So Dharma is the same as a medicine. So we are patience means we have a disease, which can remove this our sickness, disease. Dharma can help remove our disease, sickness. That's why we have to take refuge to Dharma. So then, truly, Dharma, our true nature has a Dharma, but due to emotions, obstacles, we don't recognize. What is a Dharma actually? Dharma is love, compassion, and wisdom. So our mind nature is compassion, wisdom inseparable. So wisdom is called Buddha's mind, and the compassion is called Dharma. So we have truly nature has a compassion, but due to obstacles, don't recognize that. That's why we have to take refuge to Dharma. Why we have to take refuge to Sangha? So we are, Sangha, because Sangha means who has a Buddha nature, that person is a Sangha. But due to obstacles, we don't recognize that. And that's why we have to take refuge to Sangha. Sangha is, like I can explain short way. Buddha is the same as a doctor. Doctor is like who has compassion and wisdom, not just desire doctor. Okay? And who has really wisdom, knowing patient's disease. What does that mean? Then compassion, really want to help. Same as their own child. So that is a Buddha. Buddha is the same as a doctor. Buddha has wisdom, knows all our samsaric beings, what is the problem. Buddha knows because he has wisdom. Then Buddha has a compassion. So wanted to have benefit. So same as the doctor, we are same as a patient. Dharma is the same as a medicine. So doctor can give medicine, but doctor cannot treat the patient's disease, sickness. Doctor can only do medicine and surgery, whatever they need to do, to remove the illness, sickness. So then Buddha have a compassion, wisdom for other beings. Buddha shared the Dharma. Dharma is introduced to our emotions. And that's why we take refuge to Dharma. Then Sangha is, we are same as patients. Sangha is the same as nurse. So patients, due to the illness, they don't know how to take care of themselves. They cannot take care of themselves. They rely on someone. They depend on someone. So then nurses taking care of them, patients. So that's why we have to take refuge. Sangha means we rely on Sangha, community, spiritual community. That's why we take refuge Sangha. And then taking refuge, Buddha Dharma Sangha is taking enlightened citizenship. We already going to get rid of samsara citizen. Samsara citizen, we are stuck here is too long. So I'm beginning last time until now we are stuck in samsara. So now we're going to use this life is useful because we think about the whole previous life. So many lives is not useful. That's why we're born again, samsara again, and we are stuck here still. So now we take refuge. We're going to get rid of samsara citizen, and we're going to take enlightened citizenship. So that is for refuge. And then taking refuge is auto, this is a talk about auto level taking refuge. Support with Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is our support, auto level. we taking refuge. Inner, actually we are Buddha. Our mind is Buddha. Our love, compassion is Dharma. Your body is Sangha. But we don't recognize that because due to emotions, we are ordinary beings. And now we take refuge, Buddha, recognize, going to take auto refuge to Buddha, and they help us recognize our mind is Buddha. Take refuge, Sangha is our, Sangha is Dharma. Dharma is compassion. So we generate our compassion. So we're not going to take refuge in, anger. So now we're going to say we're going to get rid of anger, attachment, desire, ignorance. So I'm beginning last time until now we take refuge to emotions. That's why we are here. Samsara means now we say we're not going to take refuge to emotions. We're going to get rid of emotions. We're going to take refuge in compassion, wisdom, love, recognize true nature. So that's Dharma. Then we're going to take refuge in Sangha. So, Sangha, community, spiritual, help us become, we are Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. That's the refuge ceremony. And this if you didn't get refuge ceremony, it's good opportunity to take refuge. Some people has a doubt, or I cannot take refuge because I'm doing something Buddhist, like or other religions, or I don't want to start with religions. So that's also truly misunderstood. Why? Because all sentient beings Buddha, then you just take refuge means that you recognize yourself. Why is all sentient beings Buddha? Because all sentient beings has a mind. That mind true is Buddha. So we have that nature, we are Buddha. So you just recognize your true nature yourself. So we are lost in samsara many lifetimes. So we're going to recognize ourselves. You want to lose in samsara again, or you wanted to recognize yourself? Yeah. Then you want to recognize yourself. You recognize who control us in samsara until now for a long time. It's emotion control us. Then we wanted to get rid of that emotion. So we don't want the suffering. Where is the suffering come from? Suffering comes from emotion. So we're going to get rid of emotion because we don't want the suffering. We want the happiness. Where is happiness come from? Because it's a virtuous deed. Dharma, practice Dharma. Dharma is causes of happiness. Dharma is introduced emotion. That's why we're taking refuge in Dharma. So long as we want happiness, we don't want the suffering, then we have to take refuge to Dharma. Then we need support. So this is a Sangha. That's why we have to take refuge in Sangha. And you're not going to change something you don't have. So what you have, we take refuge means you recognize yourself, who you are. Make sense or no? Do you understand? Do you have any questions? Yes? You have a mind, right? Do you have a mind? This is your Buddha, okay? You didn't recognize until now. That's why we have to take refuge in Buddha. So, do you have emotion? Say yes, right? Yes, because we have emotion. That's why we have to take refuge to Dharma. What is the Dharma? Love and compassion. So that is nothing due to religion, something different is something you, right? So you go to any religions, love, compassion. Every religion essence is love and compassion. Even moral ethics, like it's even you someone don't talk about religion, but it's love and compassion. That quality is never expired. So when Buddha shared love, compassion is Dharma, 2,500 years ago, still talk about the love, compassion. Oh, yeah, everyone think love, compassion is correct. Yeah, best. That means love, compassion is never expired, even changed the centuries. Dharma practice is never expired, always benefit, because it's true. True, you know, Dharma means Buddha sharing his teaching is true. True nature of phenomena. Okay, so now we're going to do refuge. Then we wanted to receive refuge as you get the new name. It's called spiritual name, and then you get a name card. So also, I'm going to cut your hair is grown like a little bit. Okay, not much. Don't have to worry. So that is representative your self-grasping is offering to Buddha. So we are stuck in samsara so long because due to our self-grasping. Long as we have self-grasping, then emotion arises. Emotion is based on causes is self-grasping. So your take out pieces of hair is like easy, you know, part of your body. And then that is like I'm going to let out my self-grasping. So I'm going to go citizenship of Buddha. So now I belong to Buddha as a citizen, yeah? So you that is a representative. That's why I'm going to cut this short, small hair in your crown. Then why we have to cut it on your crown? So not in the behind, not like right side and the left side. When we die, so the consciousness, we have to live in the crown. So we have to open the crown. If we open up the crown, when you die, your consciousness leave your crown. So that helps to go to, even you're not going to enlightenment, you're not going to go lower realms. You're going to heavens, higher realms, like Buddhists call pure lane. You go to pure lane. If you get in the pure lane, you can practice there and you can enlightenment, because in the pure lane is all the good conditions. Here in this right now in this, you know, human being realms, we don't have much good conditions. We have so much samsaric conditions. Spiritual enlightening conditions, very, very, very tiny, or how to say, it's like just not much. Very hard to get in this realm. Enlightening conditions. So much samsaric conditions, desires, yeah. So that's why in these human beings, very hard to go up. It's ready to go down because so much samsaric conditions, desires, like ready to go down. And opening your crown is not going down, going up to heavens. It's for pure lane. As long as you get in the reach to the pure lane, your future life, rebirth, then all the conditions is enlightening conditions. So you can enlightenment in the pure lane. That's why, you know, we cut here is Chrome, and I have some blessings put in the Chrome that helps opening up the Chrome. And then when we die, this consciousness live go higher in the pure light. Other, we have 9 doors. So we say when we die, you know, the consciousness can be leave the lower doors. Like where is the P goes, you know, where is the pop goes. So if consciousness leave that doors, go to the lower realms. If consciousness, this eyes, ears leave these doors, it's go to like human beings, you know, and reborn again. So we wanted to liberate and go to pure lane and liberate. That's why we have to open up Chrome. That's the reason we're going to cut the hair in the crown and put blessings into your crown. So we have also many practice. The practice crown, open the channels here. So kind of like opening the channel. So crown. And this is just blessing, but we have another practice for the poa and some different kind of practice opening the crown too. It's opening the single channel. So that's all I can share with you tonight. And then going to do the refuge. I'm going to ceremony with you. Yeah, please move here. Yes. This not true. Yes. Yes. Perception. That's why you create pure perceptions. You go to pure. That's then before enlightenment, you can create a pure perception. Impure perception is go to take birth again, samsara. That's why we create a pure perception as an antidote to impure perception. And then you go to the pure lane, and then you can enlighten. Yeah. So where they are is we cannot pointing to someone, but individually has their own perceptions. Yes. Yes, there are no all the convictions, positive convictions, no emotional convictions. Yeah, connected everywhere. This also connected everywhere actually. This right now, but purely is the create all individually. Become create a pure perception. You can get that level. And we have many Buddhist practices, visualize Buddhas, different kind of Buddhas, you chant, practice prayer, connect with that. It's create a pure perception, antidote to all in this impure. You get rid of the impure karmic imprint, impure perceptions. Then you create a pure perceptions. That's then when we die, so we get that there. So do you know the virtual reality? Yes. So that's same thing, like the virtual reality gargle put in your eyes, so you are no longer here. So you get something different, universal. Yes, you get in the moon or you get somewhere else. So that's just the pure line means like you create your own perception, so you get that. Yes. Yes. Oh, you. Oh, you did. Then you don't have to do. If you want to do, also it's okay. Just nothing wrong. So it's up to you. Yeah. Okay. So now, please repeat this one. First, I have to chant these prayers. The short prayer I have here is for first we blessing in this lane. Right now we're talking about pure perception. We're going to create a pure perception. This earth is not just ordinary impure place. Like I'm chanting this prayer is blessing and create a pure and the same is like Buddha's pure lane. First prayer. May the entire earth become a pure place, devoid of brain line, even like the palm of a hand, the color of a lapis lazuli, and the naturally smooth. So now you put the hands into your heart, and so I'm going to chant one prayer here. The prayer is one of the girl. She did this prayer. The girl is one of the king's princess, so she have very strong devotion to Buddha. But king didn't give it permission. She is put in lock up. The king said denied to see the Buddha. So she chanted this prayer. All the Buddha and her retinue, Buddha's retinue effort to her. We're going to take refuge to Buddha. It's like we have Kanta here. There is some special object statues here. So we invited Buddha in front of us and his retinue in like team base. That's why you close eyes and when I chant this prayer, it's like bring Buddha in front of us. Protect of all sentient beings without exception. Deity who destroy, terrible, damage, together with their host, knower of all things, without exception. Conqueror, please come to this place, together with your retinue. So next prayer is we offering to seat for Buddha. Buddha is visualized effort in front of us. Now we're going to offering seat. To you in the west, blessed for sphere, I offer petal, 100 petal lotus decor in number to all the balloon world system. Thus I beseech you to be seated in whatever ways is pleasing. Next is with Buddha is with us, front or enlightened beings. So you don't have to see your eyes, so you just mind and meditate. Buddha is with us. Then mentally offering to Buddha. Mentally, you don't have to physically, mentally, and then also you can do confession. Confession is like I'm beginning come until no, I did all the know what I did is I'm going to confess to Buddha and all the enlightened beings. So this is right now is like really good opportunity to confession, because when you take refuge ceremony is very powerful. Is during that is use that is confession. Then you can also thank my parents, loved ones, incest things, like all the whatever they did wrong things. Representative to them, I'm going to confess their knowledge. So you can help them. You right now you have an opportunity to you can benefit your parents and the loved ones and the confessing their also their knowledge was these two. So that too is most important. Mentally postation and mentally confession, and also the another one is like offering. So mentally offering is Lord, my body, speech, mind, offering to enlightened beings. Whatever you own, so you can think about whatever I own, everything mentally offering to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So that is become causes of happiness. It's usually whatever you own is like causes of grasping, it's causes of suffering. So now you're offering mentally, is offering to Buddha is like opportunity. Whatever you own is become valuable, useful, is create a process of happiness. That's why this first three is important. Mentally posted first, second is offering, whatever you want, mentally offering to Buddha. This third is confession. So I'm going to chant this prayer, and at the same time, you can mentally the prostration to Buddha, offering and confession. This three is first. Whatever slight virtue I have accumulated through prostration, offering, confession, Vadan, Chojen, Shavadan, Yes, Yerai, Orjen, Soraye, Yewai, Junze, Tage, Jezaba, Tamje, Zobe, Sanjo, Zermo. Next is rejoicing. So what we did also, virtuous did today, we taking refuge ceremony, so you can rejoice these virtues. So Buddha Shakyamuni enlightened until now who took refuge. We rejoice that all merit with also we taking refuge, rejoicing, beseeching the requesting. So now then also some Buddha he enlightened after some request him as teaching. So the teaching benefit until now or benefit many beings enlightened. So today also we rejoicing that, and also who organize Dharma teachings, we rejoice that the person, and also rejoicing is increasing our merit, introduced to our jealousy, beseeching the requesting also introduced to our ignorance. So then we dedicate or whatever do good things. What today taking refuge, this ceremony, practice Dharma, listening, teaching, or dedication to others. So that's what we do. Rejoicing, beseeching, the requesting, dedicate all for the sake of complete enlightenment. Now next is like you mentally request to teacher and give me refuge ceremony. Please stand the Dharma aware of the great and the small and the common vehicles according to the intention and the intellectual capacity of sentient beings. Semje namje sambadang oye zera jeda chechong tumong dubai chijung kolo ordu sur. So next you have to repeat, follow me. That part is a preparation part. So no, next is the main section. Is no, you're going to taking refuge. It's repeat, follow me. Number one. You can repeat, follow me. Number one. Please heed me. Henceforth, and for as long as I live. Say your name. Take refuge in the Buddha, who is supreme among two light beings. I take refuge in the Dharma, which is supreme among those devoid of attachment. I take refuge in the Sangha, which is supreme among exemplaries. Number one, as long as I live, please accept me as a lay practitioner who apprehends the three refuges and maintains the precepts. Zumba, Gongso Soro. Say your name. Detaini, Zonde, Sotarje, Domba Kola, Jesse, Choye, Barde, Gangni, Namje, Cho, Sanjela, Japse, Cheo, Chakwadang, Jarwa, Namje, Cho, Chila, Japse, Chewo, Cho, Namje, Cho, Gendengla, Jobse, Chewo, Da Jesse, Choye, Barde, Jobson Zimba, Nanga Songwe, Gemninde, Zombe, Zongdo Zor. Next is Master. Please heed me. Henceforth, after attaining the essence of enlightenment, say your name. The first is like enter die, taking refuge. This is called enter enlightenment. So that's why I say your name, and after I take refuge in the Buddha, who is supreme among two like beings. I take refuge in the Dharma, which is supreme among those devoid of attachment. I take refuge in the Sangha, which is supreme among exemplaries, master. After I become the essence of enlightenment, Master, please accept me as a lay practitioner who apprehends the three refuges and maintains the precepts. Lopung, Gongso Sor. Say your name. Titaini, Zongde, Chapponcho, Somdan, Samhinjene, Jesse, Sancho, Nimbola, Chije, Barde, Gangni, Namje, Cho, Sanjela, Japse, Cheo, Chakwadang, Darwa, Namjen Cho, Chila, Japsen Cheo, Cho Namje, Cho, Gendenla, Japse, Cheo, Da Jesse, Sancho, Nimbola, Chije Barde, Japson Zimba, Nanga Songwe, Genyinde, Lobunji, Zongde So. The next, let's repeat. Is yeah, it's okay. I think it is. I take refuge. Can you please repeat me? I take refuge in wisdom. The heart, essence of the Buddha. I take refuge in the love and the compassion. The heart, essence of the Dharma. I take refuge in virtuous friends. The heart, essence of the companions. So that's the essence of the refuge. So Buddha is wisdom, Dharma is love and compassion, and Sangha is spiritual companions, no negative friends, like spiritual friends. So that's the taking refuge. No. Okay. Next is I'm going to say, the next top so you have to say like so, and then I'm going to today give you this refugee name card. So this name card has all the informations. It's your spiritual name, and then the Buddha's teaching is a short teaching. Most important is do not commit any wrongdoing. That is the basic teaching. No going to harming for other beings. Perfectly practice virtue is love, compassion is virtuous deeds. Completely tame your own mind. So meditate. Subduing our crazy mind. So that's the teaching. All the teachings is a subsumed to these three categories. And then this refugee name card has Buddha's image, and And also here has the one of the Diktin Songgon is a very special master in Tibet. So I'm going to offer you in supplication Tara prayer. This is that who when he is enlightenment, so he did this supplication Tara. I offer you that both. And then has a supplication Tara, the Tara, and there's also Gachin, which is my guru and the teacher. So I offer you this name card because when you take refuge, you taking refuge is the same from him. So that's the reason why I give this name card. Actually, his name card, I have permission and giving this name card for others. Same is like you taking refuge from him. And he is the highest spiritual and the realization. So that's why I'm giving you this name card. And then today, so I have this one for you, and this mantra is Tara mantra. Tara mantra is healing and long life, remove obstacles. Then I have here is another part is called seeing liberation mantra. So this is long as it's your hand, and usually obstacle beings like when they see us like ready to harm us or create obstacles. So long as you have this in your hand, this they benefit them. So this I'm sharing with you because my teacher sharing this information. So personally I don't have experience. Okay, so he shares what he shares. That I sharing with you. And he says in this seeing liberation can help other beings who see this seeing liberation. You can benefit to them. You can create a good karmic imprint to them, and especially the invisible beings. They see this. They're not going to harm you. You can benefit to them too. So this is like another method you can help invisible beings. So our eye seeing beings are very few. Invisible beings is like countless, so many. Usually we don't see this eye, we say no exist. This is 100% wrong, not true, yeah? So we don't see tomorrow, then you say no, tomorrow is no exist. This is incorrect. So that's why many beings we don't see, but they could be they see us. So they're seeing this, they're not going to harm you, that you can give some karmic imprints, benefit to them. So that's the my teacher said. The inside here has called touching liberation mantra. It's touching liberation of 6 syllables. So this helps remove like lower 6 realms benefit. That's the all is blessing by Buddha and the spiritual masters. So they created this. I'm going to offer you today this one too for you. So this is what I have. Okay, so now this is application Tara. It's a very special prayer. So use this prayer and you can chant this one, your protection, you can meditate and you go more deeper, connect with the Tara and the Buddha, connect with your true nature mind. It's also you chant this often and your helps you realize your true nature and remove obstacles. You also can help other people. Someone you wanted to help, use this prayer, chant, practice, that's really benefited to them. So this is today I give you same as your passport, enlightening passport. Then this is a boarding pass. So you ready to go to enlightenment, okay? Happy and joy. So you just need only happy and joy. That's it. No need anything other than that. Okay. So I'm going to say the top no. So you have to say like so. No. So then I'm going to say this is a method. So you have to say excellent. This is the method. So then next is I'm going to read this one. You have to say delighted, in the presence of the master named. Venerable Sir, Lady, are you happy to have the light of hair cut from your own throne? Delighted. So that's it. Now you receive the Refugee Wow. Come to one by one. And you can also take the. Yeah, someone take this. So please come here. This is a boy name. Okay. So this one. Poncho Pinga Padron. Okay. Poncho is everyone has a first name is Poncho. So Poncho is three jewels. Buddha Dharma Sangha Poncho. And also the religion, my lineage is like blessing. It's all the spiritual master name is Poncho. That's why your first name is always again Poncho. Everyone same. The last is different. Your name is Kinga. How to read this? Sadhu, okay, Kinga. Kinga is joy. Yeah. Sadhu means light. It's Sadhu is like light and darkening. Yeah. So light darkening means you can have for others like light up, create good things. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. And then next one. Who's ready? Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Om Himna Padme Om Mani 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 Padme Poncho Pinga Zidin Buddha Dharma Sangha first name Poncho Pinga is joyful. Zidin is joyful, beautiful goddess. Beautiful, joyful goddess. Thank you. Om mani bene hom, 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 mani bene hom. Om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom. Good way, right? Huh? It's good. Okay. So this is your passport, and this boarding pass. Your name is correct. I have to check. Poncho Jimmy Pardin. Poncho is a Buddha Dharma Sangha. First name. All everyone has same. Jimmy is stable. Pardin is powerful, stable person. Stable, powerful, stable. Unchanging. Jimmy is unchanging, powerful. Actually, your true nature is unchanging. That's why it's unchanging. Good name. Mani bene hom, 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 mani bene hom. Om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom. This one, no names. Emptiness. Joyful, powerful, joyful. Powerful, joyful lady. Thank you. Om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom. Om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom. Om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom. Poncho finger, Roman. Poncho Buddha Dharma Sangha finger. Joyful Tara, Roman is Tara. Tara finger, joyful Tara, joyful Tara. Do you know Tara, yeah? Yeah, this is Tara. Yeah, female Buddha. Yeah, it's your name is Tara. This is Tara. Yes. Thank you. Lingdrop sample. Lingdrop sample is Lingdrop is what is it? Lingdrop is accomplishment. Lingdrop sample accomplishment. Wishing. Your wishing is accomplishment. So that's your name. Lingdrop. Nature. Your wishing is spontaneous, right? Spontaneous arising. Mane bene hom, 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 mane bene hom. Mane bene hom, 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 mane bene hom. Mane bene hom, mane bene hom, mane bene hom, mane bene hom, re control finger, joyful, virtuous dakini, joyful virtuous dakini, virtuous, follow the virtues. Yes. Mane bene hom, 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 mane bene hom. Mane bene hom, 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 mane bene hom. Mane bene hom, mane bene hom. It's okay, right? Not too small. It's your passport. What is boarding pass? Your name? Mane bene hom. Control finger, somo. Buddha Dhamma Sangha, joyful. Somo is very popular Tibetan name. Somo is I say joyful accumulation, merit, accumulation merit, joyful accumulation merit. Great name. Finish it, right? Mani bene hom, 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 mani bene hom. Om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom. Om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, om mani bene hom. Gojo Ginga Pema, Buddha Dharma Sangha Ginga, joyful lotus goddess. Lotus, yeah. Thank you. Om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom, bene hom, om mani bene hom, mani bene hom, om mani bene hom. So now is the last prayer. I'm going to finish the dedication. Jawa Genje Jisa Love Jorde Zambo Jiba Yonzo Zoze Jen Sejen Jiba Jame Yonda Ba Tata Manyan Jime Jiba Yo Jiwan Dedan Sera Dam Jede Gonjo Zambo Nara Maga Jisa Sola Pamba Meba Ye Jindo Jime Rodon Seba Yo Sanjo Semjo Rombo Jema Jipana Jijo Jiba Nyamba Meba Only one the Bewa Show the precious spring Bodhisattva arise in form it has not been generated that which has been generated did not decline, but even further increases. Given the Dansera Damjet, Yamin to go with Jija, the Bajuda, Mandoja, Cardin, Lame, Jesus, Jojo, the Yanda Lama, Dami, Jijabal, Lojuja, Sadan, Lamja, Yonde, Razone, Dorjan, Younger, Bombanjo, Jojin, Jiwa, the Damjet, the Rizal, Samajer, Ninja, Lama, Lagade, Bardin, Lama, Dante, Lande, Jo, Gazado, Jaja, Jimmy, Jenny, Lama, Inja, Mola. Da tamje nyordan drup George sonunda tamje zebanye donani bedana banze de jigan namje balan druba pentolen roa roa ro japar pave jadan cheba dan ke zambo de na de jende de da genje jisa da gewan da tamje rabdan ho na ho zoro sanje nama da ye so jo tuje chenpo dan yong de semban de jen do na ba sanje sansen pa ne ko ji ngom zara pa de ne ba ye de wa jin ye sa ve jin gang de na yin de ne zen be jir ma da je wa yin je pa ma je wa re jin ne nan de jang dong jo de ge da ge mo lan da ba de so je san sen dang je je ke me zhe ba sin je la de so ya da ben zan re ya a wang bo de na ye su ha shi za gen ze gen jin je 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 dem de ne la wang de de gong ba re jin ba je dem ba zin de ba je zhou de zang gong ben zin jiu je. Thank you everyone. We finish your whole complete refugee ceremony. Please very much taking refuge. So, any questions do you have? Everyone here. Everyone okay, yeah? Yeah, then what do we have tomorrow? Tomorrow is finished, yeah? No. Okay. So today is the teaching is finished here, I think. Tomorrow morning, we didn't have a program. How many wanted to join? Okay, meditation 7 o'clock. So we can do short walk, yeah, maybe. It's okay, yes. Yeah, okay, then short walk we can do. Morning. Okay, meditation. Come to sun and rise. Okay, so then see you tomorrow morning. Yeah, and 7 a.m. walking meditation. Come if you want to see the sunrise. Very beautiful here. It's 7:40. 6:40, sorry, 6:40. 7:40 you come, so everything is finished. So don't get me wrong. You come 6:40. You see really beautiful. Yeah, thanks. Thank you everyone here.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Congratulations, Mexican people.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you, Kampola.
Thank you, Kempo. Congratulations, everyone.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Bye. Congratulations. Te quiero, Mexico.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Kempo. Bye, everybody.
Bye. So tomorrow what time? Baby, tomorrow what time for us? 11?
11 o'clock.
Not 5.
We'll stay
11.
with that.
Arti, nice to see you, Arti.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice evening, everyone.